Another investigator you may have heard about if you've never seen in person, Teak. Ann is the founder of the youth movement for rapid aging. Is that right?
That is true. And well, hi, I'm just tickled to be here, by the way.
We're tickled too.
Oh, and I just wanted to mention on Jack's note. Now, see, I'm past 135, but a lady never tells, as you know. I am waiting until I hit 150 so I can collect the maximum on my Social Security. Now, as far as the youth movement for rapid aging, a lot of young people just kind of want to fast forward right to retirement, and really, who can blame them?
Well, certainly I can't blame them. Some of those people, I think they probably also listen to your Arthro podcast, Cigarette Repair for Dummies. That's probably some of the same people.
I do, yes, I do have a lot of listeners. Pardon me. Many of them they have a lot of broken menthols, and those are about to become illegal, and so they would like to know how to repair them.
You've done, speaking of repair, you've done some award-winning reporting on the shoe sizes of royals. I assume you mean the royal family.
Yes, and it's pretty fascinating because a lot of that comes down to imperial measurements versus metric measurements. So you can get some wildly different sizes. Now, Princess Diana, for instance, she wore a size 38, which sounds very large to us in the United States, but really it's about, pardon, a size 7.
Okay, I'm curious. Speaking of size 7, you have a book called Flat Tires as Metaphors for the New Geography. Now, I don't know about the new geography except that I've heard some people are incontinent or they don't know what continent they're on.
That is true, and they find out real quick as soon as they get a flat tire because you need to learn how to read a map, and most people don't.
Well, most people don't read at all these days. And speaking of reading, one of the great writers, and you heard it from Jack, he thinks he knows who Shakespeare really was, and I understand you are also looking at that subject.
I am indeed. Well, first I looked at Francis Bacon, like many others.
Yeah, that's where people start.
He was a bit, that kind of led me to Pope Milton.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Francis Bacon, he was a guy who struggled with being a vegetarian?
Yes, he was very much on the fence about being a vegetarian because obviously they got the family name somewhere. So,
so that led to that famous line about to beef or not to beef.
Yes, to beef or not to beef, exactly. See?
Well, golly, so that's a different theory. I can see why that would resonate. I don't remember that much about Milton of Salisbury, though. I think that's what he was called pre-Pope, but he was a plumber, right?
You could say, in a sense, yes.
And he discovered some of the continents that, no.
Well, he was a bit incontinent himself. He just kind of, he followed some others.
But he was an inventor, if I remember.
He was indeed. He was sort of a master of upgrades, what we might call the version 2.0 of everything. Now, he was the inventor of the round wheel because the flat wheels were really not getting anybody nowhere.
Right.
He also invented the leather couch because before that time, all couches were made of scrambled eggs. And that was not really working. That was not sustainable for a typical family.